Watch and learn. Okay, the cells are
Plot it immediately.
Then should be able to his result.
Yes. So you see this is just by seeing this is flipped. Y become X, X become Y. So how simply we can do all these things. And this is the inverse. When you want to do some inverse, then this is the, you say it has moved all these things in 45 degree, you can say. So getting inverse is so easy, and when we inverse functions we read, so complex it is there. Then you change this one to -1. Just simply put -1 change. You need not do anything and see the graph. So this is reflection. This is reflection. Okay. And what is reflection? That I will explain. This will be the reflection. But now coming to this matrix multiplication, what we can achieve? We know now matrix multiplication. Now you can see this here, this we can achieve this scaling, we can do a scaling, reflection, shearing, rotation, translation and projection. All these things we can do through matrix multiplication. Okay. Now I will ask, what is scaling? What you mean by scaling? Others? Very good. Scaling, size change, enlarge or contract, squeeze. Yeah. And what is the next is the reflection? What is reflection? Mirror image. How mirror image forms, you know? Yes. This is
the nearest point will remain near, furthest point remains further.
Further.
जैसे ट्रायंगल वन क्वार्टर्स में है ना, तो दूसरे क्वार्टर्स में ऐसा
हाँ, आप जो दिखा रहा है उसको ध्यान करिए. You are doing something like that. What does it mean? It means that this triangle is moving like that. Yes, is not it? So it will be like that. This A, if it is A, this A will come here. Okay. So this is flipping. But it is one unique thing is in this transformation is that it is coming out of the plane. Are you noticing? This is a plane, and your object rotating, coming out of the plane and rotating 180 degree. Yes. Now shearing. What is shearing? What is shearing?
Oh, I should have put
change
a straight line.
change chart type में जाइए.
ये curve में join किया है.
पर एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रांसफर
नहीं, shearing धर can say
ये वाला select कीजिए.
ये वाला.
Not ready.
हाँ, okay. This when we apply this force, no,
Hey, join with curves.
this rectangle will remain same, but it may be shifted like that. So one portion may retain its shape and size, but it can switch, it can get inclined like that. So application of forces, and then rotation. When rotation also required a unique requirement. What is that unique requirement? X and Y. Here you see that X and Y, X from here it is coming here, this point, but in rotation X and Y has to move. No, this object is to move here. rotate at some angle, but what is the requirement? X, this one, A, B, C. What is the requirement? This x and y should move at same angle. Angle should be same. Otherwise, the B will move advance, it will move lag, it will not rotate properly, no? So, that is a unique requirement in 4 cells. So, how you will do that? That is very simply we can do that, and this is a transformation matrix like this is the transformation matrix, and you 1 1 1 0 in that you just put this cos t sin t like that. You getting this, and t any value you put here, any cell t is equal to suppose pi, you write pi means 180, pi you write, if you write like that, computer will take this value as 3.14. What is the pi value? You need not put the pi value, you can write pi value, it will take pi. So, this cell you write like that, this will be equivalent to your pi, and this is equivalent to pi radian. Pi radian is 90 degree, 180 degree, something like that. 180. So, make it 90 degree, so that you can make pi by 2 or 45 degree pi by 4, you do that pi by 4. So, you move your triangle to 45 degree. And rotation now over, and translation. Okay. Translation means I am here, I am going. So, they are trying to restrict my translation, but I am translating constantly. So, like that, physical movement from one place to another place. And lastly, it is projection. To project any 3D object, generally we see in a 2D plane. So, 3D object, if you cannot project it in 2D, you cannot see any object. So, that is projection. So, all these things can be done with these matrix operations, but I think we will be nearing this session, and so that will be covered tomorrow. I will finish here today's session, and tomorrow we will do 3D transformation, and then we will introduce one new concept of about homogeneous coordinate. Without that, I think learning linear algebra or linear transformation or mathematics is incomplete. So, that is not even included in our graduate level course, but I think it is very essential, and tomorrow we will cover that one. So, with that today I will be finishing. Anything today with us Roma Thakur is there, if she can want to say share something.
Good, it was good. Of course, I was lost halfway.
Okay.
Because most of it was just trying to come back, but when I'm looking at other people doing it, it makes more sense.
Okay. And how do you rate our expert, Mr. Chanchal Das?
Great, I think he
Yeah,
he has all the elements of a good instructor. I am surprised that he is not teaching somewhere.
Thank you.
Any specific thing you would like to convey to GTU?
I think two or three things about this entire workshop. One is that the fact that we are in a studio and there are other people elsewhere is a very exciting thing, but we don't know who are there elsewhere. That's one element. And second, about the workshop per se, particular to Chanchalda, is that there are two elements that are happening simultaneously, and probably for us, one is about getting familiar with mathematics, and second is about gaining familiarity with the use of Excel. I think these two, since they are happening simultaneously for an individual, Okay, that's why synchronization between the two is probably becoming an issue, at least for me and
No,
other
for
shows.
that my comment is that by the end you finish 2 days, no, it will be very easy.
Right. So today
Because
probably
you are not first time you are handling this sales, no.
Right.
First time you are entering into
correct,
sales.
correct.
So
and
it will
we are
be-
exploring Excel beyond
Yeah.
the spreadsheet.
and
So-
I'll
so-
make so much practice tomorrow, so you'll get acquainted with that.
So that's the only thing that
Because in isolation, if I go on talking, no, because linear algebra I read so many times, and I told it was my favorite one, and I used to answer that one first when I used to appear in any exam. No, that portion I used to answer first because it is a repetition of the steps. Nothing is there in matrix, very easy. But I was wondering why we learn these things. So this Excel, when I have started using, then I realized the potential of it. And without that, if you know so many definition, no, even linear transformation, if I tell this translation, if you until you see this translation, you will not believe that it can happen. So these two are, I think it is.
I think very important thing that we are getting out here is we are actually seeing what is happening,
Yes.
which is very rare in mathematics. In the mathematics you are supposed to imagine what is
Yes.
happening.
Yes.
So by seeing, probably it will help us imagine better when we look at.
You need not
things.
imagine, no, you are seeing it.
No, but at some point in time
Yes.
we will have to start imagining.
Yes,
So at that point, our imagination will be more grounded in reality. We will be learning what to see.
Yeah.
So that I think that is going to be very good.
Okay,
Right.
so on this note, we will end today's session. Stay tuned for tomorrow's session. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think for us, the way it is becoming.